Shalom, Israel. This is Priest and Prophet of 500, Officer of Bun Karad checking in. And tonight we're teaching Tuesday's night class, Brotherhood class. Tonight's class is going to be the Christian church has taught us to be selfish sinners. That's what tonight's class is going to be about. We're going to bring out and show you how the Christian church has taught us all to be just selfish towards each other. It's taught us how to sin against one another. The Christian church has taught us nothing but a bunch of lies. And tonight we're going to bring it out on how the Christian church has failed the black community. We're going to bring out some more articles on some things that's been going on in these Christian churches. How they've been falling and how these pastors have just been dropping dead like flies. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to bring out some more truth for y'all and let y'all know what's going on out here. You know what I'm saying? So if you're tuning in tonight, make sure you sign in, share, support. Share these classes, man, so they can reach around the world, man. With me. We're going to start out with some good verses, man. First, we're going to start out with a couple good stories, man, a couple good articles that we found out about what's been going on in these Christian churches, man, and what people are starting to say now, because a lot of people are starting to see how these Christian churches do not support the black community, man. How these Christian churches don't support the Latino communities. And we obviously know that, you know what I mean, that these Christian churches are not supporting the Native American churches. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just found out some more news, man, about some of these Christian pastors, man, that's dropping dead, man, from the coronavirus. And they don't understand that the coronavirus was sent from the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? It's another plague that he's put on America. And everybody keeps saying that, the coronavirus is killing the black community at a high, alarming rate. Yes, it is, because we're sinning against the Most High. And these churches haven't taught our people, what the sins are according to the Bible. Because if you go into the churches, man, they're telling you to celebrate all of these pagan traditions. Just like from class yesterday, we was bringing out all the sick and disgusting things that Easter really represents. And the Christian churches are not notifying our people that. But the I.S.U.P.K, underneath Commander General YAHANNA, we are notifying our people of these things that are going on, waking our people up, telling them the truth, bringing out these scriptures and letting them know, you know what I'm saying, how they can save themselves from everything that's going on. But despite of all of us doing that, these Christian churches don't even give a damn. They still want to stay open, and they just want to do what they feel and do what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, right now, you heard Creflo Dollar, who came out and said if America falls, that our God Yahweh will have to pray, will have to apologize to Jesus, to Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? And it's sick and it's disgusting to hear somebody say such a thing, because these Christian churches, the only thing they teach you to do is to respect the person who has money. And according to the scriptures, we're gonna get there for you. What happens if you respect the person just because of their money, their financial gain, or just because they're popular, or just because they shoot basketball and do all of this, because that's what America has taught our people to do. They taught our people to have respect for people, who have money or who have high standards in these churches and everything. But according to the Most High, you're not supposed to have respect of a person. And if you tuned in to this class tonight, man, go ahead and get these notes down. If you can go to James chapter 2, verse 9. So go to James chapter 2, verse 9 if you're tuning in. This is the book of James chapter 2, verse 9. But if ye have respect to persons, you commit sin. And that's what the Christian church isn't teaching our people. Our people go up in them churches and they respect the pastor. You know what I'm saying? They have respect the person for the pastor just because he's up there, just because he has a nice car, just because he has, a lot more money and he's financially better than some of the people. You know what I'm saying? Our people in these churches have a respect to a person, but they don't know that when you do that, you're committing a sin. You know what I'm saying? You transgressing against the laws of the Most High when you do those things. When you go up in the churches and you put your pastor above everything, you know what I'm saying? Like some of the people even put the pastor more higher than they put our guy. You know what I'm saying? They do that. They show more respect for pastors, and then you start seeing pastors doing all type of wicked things like molesting children, sleeping with brothers' women. You know what I mean? And that's what's going on in these churches. Since a lot of people don't start to show respect the person towards these pastors, they boosts the pastors up, and then they start looking down on the people in the churches. They start looking more down on their people, start treating us like we ain't nothing. Just look at us like we're garbage and trash. You know what I'm saying? But like it says in James chapter 2, verse 9, it says, "But if ye have respect to a person, ye commit sin, and ye are convicted of the law as transgressive." You know what I'm saying? The churches for years have respected a person for and for the pastors. You know what I'm saying? The churches for years have respected the person, especially for these pastors, man. You know what I'm saying? They look at these pastors just like they just something so holy, but really they're nothing, man. Really they are nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring out you an article, man, to show you, man, what happens when you have respect the person for these pastors. You're going to start seeing more of these churches crumble, man. You're going to start seeing more of these pastors die. Because the Most High knows when you start showing respect for a person, you start putting these pastors more high than you put the Most High. You stop showing respect to the Most High. You start showing respect to these pastors. You start treating these pastors like they're guys. You know what I'm saying? Pouring money into their pockets. Just yesterday we brought out how much money that these pastors in these Christian churches are making on Easter. And how much money they're generating through the economy, $17.4 billion. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of money. And these Christian pastors are getting a hand of that. They're getting their hands on that money. They're getting a piece of the pot. You know what I'm saying? And they taking that money and doing what with it? Nothing for the black community. And the only thing they're doing is teaching our people how to be selfish towards one another. That's why we have so much crime and so much hatred towards each other. Because the church is filled with a bunch of selfish sinners, man. And the only thing they care about is themselves. And who do they learn that type of behavior from? These Christian pastors, man. The people that lead our people. The people that are over black, Latinos, and Native Americans. They're over our people. And the only thing they're teaching our people how to do is how to sin. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read James chapter 2, verse 9 again for you. "But if ye have respect to a person, ye commit sin, and are convicted of the laws as transgressing." You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening, man. When you do the things you do, like when you show respect the person towards these pastors, man, you commit sin. And we're going to show you what happens to people that start respecting these pastors. You know what I'm saying? Start putting these pastors up on a higher pedestal than they put the Most High. When you listen to your pastor instead of listening to the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not supposed to be doing that. These pastors in Christian churches are supposed to be teaching our people how to love one another, man. How to be here for each other. Because this coronavirus right now is whooping our community. It's whooping our tail, man. It's playing a big toll on the black, Latino, and Native American community. Just like General YAHANNA said last night, man, we've been hit twice with two different plagues. In the 80s and the early 90s, we got hit with AIDS. And brothers and sisters still didn't want to stop sinning. And these Christian churches allow homosexuality to come in. And we all know how AIDS got pushed around, in the black, Latino, and Native American community. It got pushed through homosexuality. And these Christian churches start allowing homosexuals inside of the churches. Start allowing homosexuals to flourish. Start allowing homosexuals to get up on top of that pulpit, or get in there and start leading the people and being over the choir. You know what I'm saying? Not telling people that, hey, doing this is a sin, and the Most High is going to punish you for that. And now what was the results of that? Now the results of that was brothers and sisters got AIDS. And the Most High came back and hit us with another plague, the coronavirus, or COVID-19, like they say. And with that coming in, we all know that the coronavirus attacks people with weak immune systems. So if you got a weak immune system, guess what's going to happen? You're in the higher risk of catching the coronavirus. So all of those brothers and sisters who are homosexuals, who might have HIV, and the Christian pastors who push that, saying it's okay for you to be a homosexual, you know, you can live that lifestyle, God loves you no matter what. You know what I'm saying? The blood is on their hands for that, man, because look now you got brothers and sisters who are homosexuals living with HIV, and now at a higher rate of catching the coronavirus because they have a weak immune system. You know what I'm saying? And that's what our Christian pastors have done. They don't teach us anything, man. They just teach us how to be wicked sinners, man. They're not teaching our brothers and sisters how to love one another and be there for each other. They're not teaching us how to uplift each other up, or let me be here for you, let me be here for you, let me help my community. But Commander General YAHANNA underneath the I.S.U.P.K, that's what he's teaching. That's what he's doing. He's showing brothers and sisters how to come into this truth, how to come into the I.S.U.P.K and be part of this one body and learn how to be there for your people. Learn how to be there for your community. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on right now. The I.S.U.P.K is rising up underneath Commander General YAHANNA, man. And right now, we're going to be the leaders over the black communities and the Latino communities and the so-called Native American communities. And it's going to be the will of the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm going to get another scripture for you, man. Show you what these pastors are supposed to be doing, man. These churches with these pastors, man, they just want people to respect them, man. That's all they want, man. They want you to respect the persons, man. I'm the pastor, so you got to show respect. I know plenty of people. I know a lot of my brothers and sisters, man, who tuned into this video, went to church and had that pastor who just had that big head. Like, hey, I'm the pastor. You know, my congregation love me. I ain't got to work. You know what I'm saying? I work with a pastor like that. Pastor Leon, you know, right out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I hope he's tuning in the class one day and see, man. I remember when I was working with him, that brother said the same thing. He was like, I don't have to work. My congregation to take care of me. You know what I'm saying? I wonder now how he's feeling, because guess what the Most High did? Shut down these churches. Who's taking care of him now? Because the Most High is not with these Christian pastors, because they've taught our people how to go straight, man. They taught our people how to sin against one another. And look at us now, man. Look at the black, Latino, and Native American communities, man. Look at us, man. How long have these Christian churches been in authority over our people, man? How long have they been in authority over our people? They've been over our people for a long time, man. The Christian churches has been over here for over 100 years. And look at the black communities. Look at the Latino communities, man. Look at the Native American communities. We're going through hell, man. We're dying more than we did in slavery, man. It's more black man, Latino man, and Native American man locked up in prisons now. You know what I'm saying? For what? Not showing brotherhood to each other. Not showing sisterhood to each other. Not being here for one another. Because majority of all of us was raised in these Christian churches or these Muslim mosques. You know what I'm saying? All these fake religions which don't teach us nothing about how to be brothers and sisters to each other. They don't teach us anything about how to be brothers and sisters for each other, how to help each other, and how to uplift your people. You know what I'm saying? The only thing the Christian church teach you how to do, how to be selfish, how to only worry about you and your people, or how to only worry about you and your family. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't heard Christian pastors plenty of times say it. I ain't worried about them. I'm just trying to make sure I can reach who I can get. When that's not supposed to be the job of a Christian pastor, man. Or a leader who calls himself a leader over the black community or the Latino community or Native American community. You're supposed to be there for all your people, man, no matter what. And that's what Commander General YAHANNA has taught us how to do, man. No matter what our people are going through, no matter what type of hell they going through, no matter what type of walk they coming from in life, we be there for them. And we tell our people, hey, you need to change. You know what I'm saying? You need to do this, you need to do that. You know, I'm going to get another scripture for you, man. Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this video, man, hey, tune in, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this video, tune in, man. Get these scriptures and write these down, man. Also, man, I'm going to take your attendance also for who's tuning in for the night, man. We got Anthony Harrison from Charlotte, North Carolina. Shalom, brother. We got Officer Kazak from Clarksville, Georgia. Shalom. We got that brother Thomas Brown, Big Warrior, coming in. Hey, from Bennettsville, South Carolina. Shalom. We got Jordan Young from Sumter, South Carolina. Hey, shalom, brother. We see you, man. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shabbat. We see you. You know what I'm saying? If y'all watching, man, tune in, man. Go to Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Take these notes down, man. We're going to show you what your pastors are supposed to be doing. We're going to show you what they're supposed to be doing. Because this is what Commander General YAHANNA has sent us on the streets to do. You know what I'm saying? This is Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. And it says, show my people their transgressions. That's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be out there on them corners, man. Waking our people up, man. You know what I'm saying? Showing our people their sins. Showing our people what's right, what's wrong. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And we know damn well your Christian pastors ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Where your Christian pastors at? Are they teaching our people not to eat pork, not to eat shrimp, not to eat all these various foods, and not to celebrate these wicked traditions? No, they're not. Only thing these churches are doing is teaching us how not to be a brother to each other, man. How not to be a sister to each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't see it plenty of time of these churches, how sisters hating on each other in the churches, talking about each other behind their back. Look at Sister Jenkins. She think she all that because she got on a new hat. You know what I'm saying? I don't seen it myself with my grandmother when she used to take me to church. I seen the hatred that our people had for one another in these churches. And I never understood it until I came into this school, man. Until I came into the I.S.U.P.K. and I learned this truth. And I learned that only thing these churches do is teach our people how to sin and have hatred towards one another. Because the only thing the pastor's teaching everybody how to do is worry about yourself. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't seen it, don't heard the pastor say, you gotta work on yourself first before you work on anybody else. Man, that is not true, man. That is not true at all, because if you're just going to work on yourself and not try to work with your people, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be lifted up. You're going to fix yourself, but your brother, he going to be down still bad. You know, why don't y'all both try to work on fixing each other? You know, why don't y'all stick together and try to build each other up? You know what I'm saying? Because if other people see that, guess what they're going to do? They're going to start doing the same thing. And that's what General YAHANNA has taught us how to do, man. He done taught us how to come together with our people and uplift our people. And that's what the I.S.U.P.K. is doing on these streets. That's what we're doing when we're holding these classes. We're waking our people up. Showing our people their transgressions against the laws of the Most High, man. Showing them what their sins are. Showing them what's right for wrong. And that's what we're doing, man. That's what we're showing our people. Hey, shalom, right? Somebody just tuned in from Canada. Shalom, shalom. You know what I'm saying? And you got these Christian pastors out here telling everybody that everybody can be saved and just lying to people, man. Got our people doing all these wicked and horrible things, man. Yesterday, the Christian pastor, Sunday, everybody was trying to celebrate Easter. You know what I'm saying? And we brought out yesterday in class how Easter was just another paganism holiday or a paganism tradition that the Roman Catholic Church adapted from the Babylonians or from the ancient Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? So these Christian pastors, they push these things. They push Easter. They push Halloween. And they push Christmas. Not letting our people know that that is a sin. You know what I'm saying? Not showing our people their transgressions against the law, man. And that's what these churches have did, man. I'm going to read this again for you. Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. It says, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Means you're supposed to be on these streets, man, trying to wake your people up, man. Your voice needs to be heard. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do when we on these streets, man. We lifting up our voice like a trumpet, man. And we trying to show our people their sins, man. Trying to show them the things that they're doing are wrong. That's what we're doing on these corners. When you see us out there on them corners, man, we're trying to wake up our people, man. We're trying to save their life because we know the Christian church isn't trying to do that. We know these Christian pastors are not trying to wake our people up. Only thing the Christian church cares about and your pastor cares about is your money and your wife. That's the only thing they care about. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing they're worried about is how much money they can get, what kind of car they're going to get, what type of suit they're going to wear to church the next week, what we're going to do, what I'm going to eat, how my house is. That's the only thing they're worried about is how to take care of themselves. Because the Christian church doesn't teach our people how to love one another, how to be a brother to another, or how to be a sister. They just teach you how to be selfish, man. That's why we in the condition we are in now. Why you think you see black, Latino, and Native American people so selfish towards one another, not willing to help each other, not willing to be there for a brother and sister? You know what I'm saying? Because the Christian church has taught us how to be selfish towards one another. They have really just destroyed any type of infrastructure when it comes to brotherhood and sisterhood. They have destroyed it, wiped it out. Only thing everybody worry about in there is themselves. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you come to church, Man, you see people in there just focused on themselves, man. Ain't worried about nobody. Pastor getting rich, everybody living their life, ain't nobody worried about nobody. That's why you can have other people come inside the church of a different race and just fall right on in. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't care. You know, hey, pastor ain't worried about nobody. Only thing I'm here, I'm just trying to save myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna read this again for you. This is Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. You know, everybody knows who the house of Jacob is, man. That's the Israelites, which are black, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is what these Christian pastors were given, you know, this is what they were supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But we obviously see they haven't done their job. So now the Most High had to step in, and guess what he did? He shut these churches down, man. He shut all these churches down. Now these churches are shut down. Nobody can go inside there, but guess what black people are able to do? Guess what Latino people are able to do, man? Guess what Native American people are able to do? Even though we're still going through hell and catching hell, but now we're starting to see that the Christian church has failed us. You know, they're not there helping the black people in the communities. An article came out where they were saying that the black Christian churches were starting to catch hell because black people were starting to notice how these churches are not here for the people during this coronavirus. And General YAHANNA has been trying to tell y'all this for the longest. You know what I'm saying? He has been trying to warn people from this, that these pastors don't give a damn about you. They don't care about your people. They don't care about your kids. They don't care about your wife. They don't care about grandmama or grandfather or nothing. Only thing pastor cares about is himself. And the I.S.U.P.K. underneath Commander General YAHANNA has been trying to warn our people since 1969. And our people didn't want to listen, so the Most High had to step in. And when he steps in, it's not a pretty sight, man. It's not a pretty sight. Because there are things that we're supposed to be doing besides being selfish to one another. You know, besides trying to get ahead of one another. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure anybody knows some good Christians who work at some of these plant jobs, and they just some of the most horrible people to work underneath sometimes, because they always just feel like I'm better than you. I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a higher position than you. You know what I'm saying? And I work with a deacon. When I used to work at the slavery at UPS, I used to work with a deacon on the truck, man. And I used to just sit back and just listen to him talk. And I just noticed how selfish he was, man. Just how selfish him and the pastor was. And he was explaining to me one time how a sister that was in their church and had been in their church for over 20 years before he had even took over the church, and how the sister was going through some hard times, and she was calling on them to help her. You know what I'm saying? She was calling on them, and she was calling on them from help. You know what I'm saying? She was like, hey, listen, I can't pay my bills, and I need the church's help. And the so-called deacon, you know, he was an Israelite himself. You know what I'm saying? He tells me, he was like, man, I heard. Now, he didn't tell me, but he told the pastor he was on the phone with. He was like, man, we don't help her enough. You know, now she gotta help herself, because we can't help her no more. You know what I'm saying? And this sister done been going to their church for 20 plus years, and they had the audacity to say, we're not gonna help you no more. It's time for her to start helping herself. I mean, I'm pretty sure that sister don't gave that church so much of her money that she should be able to call on them. But these churches are not teaching brothers and sisters how to be there for one another. Guess what happens? They let that sister down. And guess what she starts to do? She starts to resent the truth of the Bible. She starts to resent the Most High. And she starts to have hatred in her heart towards the Most High. And guess what she's doing? She's sinning. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing these churches are teaching our people how to do, is how to sin and be selfish towards each other. You know, that's why the black community is in the shape that we are in. You know what I'm saying? You got Christian churches on every street corner. You can turn right, left. Guess what? It's a Christian church just about on every street corner. In the neighborhood not too far from where we at right now, where my mother used to stay at, it was a Christian church right behind our house. And then if you went down the street a little more, it was another Christian church on the left-hand side. And then if you made another left, kept going straight, it was another Christian church right here, bared off to the right. And then if you kept going straight and went through another four-way, kept going around another curve and go up, it was another church right there. You know, you got 4 or 5 churches right there, and ain't none of them helping nobody, man. Ain't helping nobody. All these pastors in these churches just getting rich while watching their people starve in the ghettos, man. Watching their people die in the ghettos. You know what I'm saying? Not teaching our brothers and sisters the truth according to these scriptures. Not waking us up and telling us this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be here for one another, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're tuning in, go to John chapter 15, verse 12, because this is what your pastor's supposed to be doing, man. This is what your pastor's supposed to be doing, besides robbing everybody's grandmother for their checks at the first of the month. You know what I'm saying? Like the brother said, man, he said, it's a shame how the churches hurt our people. He said, shaking my head, damn right, dog. It is a damn shame how the churches hurt our people, man. How they molest the children in the churches. How they sleep with married men's women and wives. You know what I'm saying? Do these sick things, man. It's a damn shame, man, and it's horrible. But the Most High is tired of it, and he's stepping in, and it's not a pretty sight, man. You know what I'm saying? This is John chapter 15, verse 12. I'm going to give y'all a little time to get some of these scriptures, man. This is John chapter 15, verse 12. This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's what these churches are supposed to be teaching our people, man. Supposed to be teaching us how to love one another. You know, this is one of the most greatest commandments, man, that we love one another, you know what I'm saying, as YAHANNA has loved us, as Jesus has loved us. You know what I'm saying? As Christ has loved us. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be loving each other, man, just like how Christ loved us. And how did Christ love us? He loved us so much that he died on the cross for us, man. Ain't no greater thing than that. You mean to tell me that we can't do the same? You damn right we can do the same. Man, and we have to come into I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA so we can learn this real brotherhood. Because this is where it's at. This is how I learned it. Because before I came in here, I hated my brothers and sisters too. You know what I'm saying? I thought my brothers and sisters were nothing until I came in this truth and I learned. I was like, damn, man, all of our people have been destroyed from these churches. And we have a job to do. And that job is to uplift our people. You know what I'm saying? So to the brothers and sisters who do care about their people, man, come in this truth, man, and learn how you can help your communities, man. Learn how you can help your black people, your Latino peoples, and your Native American peoples, man, who are just in these churches learning now that these churches don't give a damn about them. You know what I'm saying? People are starting to learn. And it's sad that our people have to learn in such a hard and horrible way. You know, it's sad that our people have to die from the coronavirus. You know, because the Most High doesn't take pleasure in killing his people, man. But it's very sad that we have to watch our people die from the coronavirus, die from gun violence, die from police brutality, die from drug overdoses, and die from diseases. It's a sad thing, man. It's a very horrible thing to see. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't love each other. Because we rather worry about ourselves than worry about our people. You know what I'm saying? That's what the churches have taught our people how to do. Just to be selfish, man. That's it. And it's sad, man. Read this again for you. This is John chapter 15, verse 12. It said, this is my commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. Verse 13. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. And that's what we're doing in the I.S.U.P.K. We will die for our people. We will lay down our life for our brothers and sisters, man. Just so they can live better. Just so they can keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. We're willing to do it. And your Christian pastor, he ain't going to die for you. He ain't going to die for you. You think your Christian pastor is going to really give up his big Benz, his Mercedes, his nice house, his private jets? He's not willing to give that up. He's not willing to give it up now. That's why you see a lot of these pastors now complaining about how the churches are starting to be impacted due to the coronavirus, because they don't understand these scriptures. They don't understand the Most High. They don't understand it at all. The only thing these pastors care about is themselves. Okay. That's the only thing these pastors care about, man, is themselves. They're not teaching our people what we're supposed to be doing in order for us to build up our people. Pastor gonna teach you how to be selfish as hell. Your pastor is not going to die for you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're starting to see a lot of these pastors die. I'm gonna see what else we got. And this is what the church is supposed to be teaching. But instead they teach us how to take advantage of each other and steal from each other. And this is how we know that these pastors have failed the black, Latino, Native American community. Because the only thing they teach you how to do is take advantage, man. Most of your pastors that turn out to be pastors, guess what majority of them were before then? Drug dealers, pimps. That's what most of them were. They were drug dealers and pimps. I know some drug dealers who wind up getting churches. I know some pimps who wind up getting some churches. It's a big business. That's why you see nothing but a lot of women in these churches. Because it's a business for pimping. That's it. They pimping these women, taking advantage of brothers. And you got some brothers and sisters who might be in that church, who might be sincere, who might really care about the Most High. But they don't understand that the Most High is not with their pastors, man. He's not with them, and he's starting to show his powers right now. He's starting to show that he's not with these pastors, man. You're going to start seeing more and more in the news Christian pastors dying at a phenomenal rate. You know, and it's going to be some of these old pastors who've been had these scriptures in front of them, who's been in control over the black, Latino, Native American community. You know what I'm saying? Teaching our people how to go out here and pick Easter eggs and all type of trash like that. Having, what's that called? Instead of trick or treat, they got trunk or treat at the church. Teaching brothers and sisters how to celebrate Christmas, which the Most High has never taught us how to do, man. And that's why the Most High is starting to remove these Christian pastors. I'm gonna pull an article that I just got before I came over here, man, to show you more proof that the Most High is not with these Christian pastors. All right, I'm gonna pull this article for you. It says, Salaki, bear with me right quick. All right. It says right here, this is an article that just got posted today. It says Bishop Gerald Glenn, who kept church open despite CDC guidelines, dies of coronavirus. Dies from COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? We trying to tell you, and this pastor right here, it's a sad thing to see, man. Like, you know, I don't wish death on none of our people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't wish no death on none of our people that are Israelites, man. I don't wish no death on no black, Latino, Native American person. But they don't understand the Most High. You know, and this brother right here, despite the CDC guidelines, he still kept his church open. He put the whole congregation in risk to catching the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't care. He didn't give a damn about nothing. You know what I'm saying? But stuff in his pockets. That's the only thing he cared about. Because if he really cared about his people, he would have told his people, hey, don't come to church this Sunday. I don't want to take a chance of allowing our people to spread this coronavirus amongst each other, man. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? We can have class somewhere, we can have church service somewhere else. But guess what he wanted to do? He still wanted to bring the people in the church because he didn't give a damn about them. He didn't care about people not catching the coronavirus and dying. He didn't care about the kids that came in there with their mothers or with their fathers to come in there and hear his so-called speaking that he knew what he was talking about. He didn't give a damn. And the only thing he cared about was stuff in his pockets. And the Most High knew it, and guess what the Most High allowed to happen to him? The Most High allowed him to die, man. And it's sad. And it's only going to get worse because a lot of our people are not going to wake up and realize what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to read the rest of this article for you. This was at the New Deliverance Evangelicalist Church. It says, on Sunday, Virginia's New Deliverance Evangelicalist Church announced on Facebook that Pastor Bishop Gerald Glenn had died. And before his death, Glenn tested positive for the COVID-19. The new to humans coronavirus that causes respiratory infection and can lead to serious or fatal health complications. Despite the Center for Disease Control and Prevention calls from social distancing, on March 22nd, the pastor held a church service which he said had 185 people in attendance. And you gonna tell us that the Christian church cares about you, man? Man, your pastor don't give a damn about you, man. This brother right here took a risk at getting 185 people affected with the damn coronavirus, man. And you gonna sit up here and tell us, these Christians gonna tell us that the Christian church does care about people? Man, your pastor don't give a damn about you, man. Because if he did, he would have never told 185 people to take a chance of putting their life on the line just to come hear his lies. You know, just to put some money in the damn bucket so he can get his house fixed on. And the Most High knew it, and guess what the Most High allowed to happen to him? He allowed this so-called pastor to die, man. He allowed him to die. You know what I'm saying? He allowed him to die because the Most High knew that he didn't give a damn about his people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to read. And it says, despite the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's calls for social distance, on March 22nd, the pastor held a church service which he said had 185 people in attendance. During the services, he told his congregation, "I firmly believe that God is larger than this dreadful virus." And he said he was not afraid to die. Man, listen, man. These pastors better stop playing with the Most High, man. Look, man, I guarantee you his whole congregation, man, that's sitting back, man, they sit back like, oh, shit. He said he wasn't afraid to die, and the Most High heard it and killed him. And killed him. You know what I'm saying? This is real, man. The Most High is not playing, man. I mean, you need to be in this truth, man. Like, keep playing. You know, what's this another thing? What's this thing they got coming up? They got what's that called? 420, where everybody smokes weed and get high. You know what I'm saying? They got that coming up. And there's so many people that know the coronavirus attacks your respiratory system. You know what I'm saying? It's attacking the way how you breathe, your lungs. You know, it's affecting you, so you ain't gonna be able to breathe. But it's still gonna be brothers and sisters who gonna try to go out there and smoke all the weed they can. And the Most High is gonna deal with them, man. And it's sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause we don't want our people to die. And you're gonna have brothers and sisters that are gonna say the same thing this pastor say. I ain't afraid to die. I need to smoke. And the Most High gonna hear it, and hey, so be it. You know what I'm saying? So be it. Because the pastors are supposed to be waking up the people. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be showing our people that, hey, this ain't right. This is wrong. Supposed to be showing our people brotherhood and sisterhood. But these pastors are not doing it. And just like this brother right here, man, this pastor right here, it's sad, man, but the Most High took him out, man. And I'm going to read it again. I'm going to continue to read. It says, during the services, during the service, Bishop Gerald Glenn told his congregation, "I firmly believe that God is larger than this dreadful virus." And he said he was not afraid to die. Ooh-wee. And it says, after the announcement of his deaths, many offered their condolences for the Glenn's family, but others took to social media to mock him with resounding, "I told you so." Hey. And he did. Hey, listen, man. Keep playing, man. Keep playing with the Most High. Keep playing with the Most High, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep playing. And look, man, you know, nobody should have mocked him, man, but, man, I understand, man. And brothers and sisters, man, in this truth, you know, we try to tell our people, man, hey, don't do this, don't do this. You know, this is wrong. But, man, this brother right here didn't want to listen. You know what I'm saying? He bit off more than he could chew. He opened his mouth, man, and the Most High heard it. He said he wasn't afraid to die, and guess what happened to him? He died. He said he wasn't afraid to die, and guess what? He died. And I'm pretty sure he was afraid to die. He was scared to die. He didn't want to die. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep reading. It says, after the announcements of his deaths, many offered their condolences for the Glenn family, but others took to social media to mock him with resounding, "I told you so," and proclaiming things like "stupid is as stupid does." Some of these posters said that they were Christians. Because guess what? Christian church ain't taught them to have no brotherhood either, or no sisterhood. So guess what? They don't have no remorse for that pastor, because that pastor didn't have no remorse for nobody else. Because if he did, he damn sure wouldn't have told 185 people to come in there and take a chance with getting infected with the coronavirus. If he cared about his people, he damn sure wouldn't have did that. Your pastor don't give a damn, man. I'm going to keep reading for you the rest of this article and what it says. It said, as a Christian myself, this response saddens me. While I do not agree with the choices Pastor Glenn made in ignoring the warnings of the CDC, we should not use his death as an opportunity to pat ourselves on the back for how much smarter we are than him. Since when is it okay to delight in anyone's death? No, nobody should be delighted in nobody's death. But the brother should have took heed of the warnings, man. You know what I'm saying? He should have been more wiser. And since he wasn't wise, and since he wasn't a good leader, and since he didn't teach our people how to show brotherhood and sisterhood to each other, hey, the Most High took him out. The Most High took him out. And that was the Most High, man. I'm going to continue to read. It says, it is in tragedy, instead of mocking Glenn, we should have compassion for his family as to navigate this difficult time. Hey, and that's what we're saying, man. His family wants compassion, but he didn't have compassion for his brothers and sisters in that church, who he told them, go ahead and come to church. Go ahead and come to church despite the regulations of the CBC, man, of the CBC. You know what I'm saying? Like, he already had got notified that, hey, these churches don't need to be filled with people. And guess what he did? Still filled the church with people. Still allowed a lot of people to come into these churches. 185 people he allowed to come into their church and take a chance with their lives. And since he took those people's lives and put them in jeopardy and put it in his hands, the Most High took his life, man, because he was wrong. He shouldn't allow all that many brothers and sisters to be in their church. You know what I'm saying? He shouldn't allow anybody in that church because they're not doing anything but teaching lies. Who is it? Who is it? It's a lot about that. It's a lot about that. Now I'm going to continue to read. It says, we should grieve for the countless people in Glenn's congregation who are likely exposed to COVID-19 and may become sick. We should use this opportunity to talk about the importance of doing what we can to flatten the curve. And it says, in some ways, I am able to understand Glenn's desire to keep his church doors open. After all, a large part of Christian life is being in community with others. That's just nuts. I'm going to throw it out the window, man, because, man, this pastor didn't care, man. He might have thought he was doing the right thing, but the only thing he did was took people's life and put them in jeopardy, because now he has died from the coronavirus. Now imagine how many other people have become sick inside in that church because he wanted to keep his doors open and teach lies to people, man. Guess how many more people don't got sick because he thought he was doing the right thing? Nah, man. Nah, the Most High is showing you, man, that these pastors do not know what they're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is proof how you know that these pastors are not, doing the right thing, man. If you can't go to John chapter 13, verse 35. You know what I'm saying? You got some time to get to that. Go to John chapter 13, verse 35. You know what I'm saying? Because this is how you're going to know who are real leaders of the Black, Latino, and Native American community. This is how you're going to know who follows our King, YAHANNA, man. This is how you're going to know who follows Christ and is teaching the truth. You know what I'm saying? This is the book of John, chapter 13, verse 35. And it says, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. That's how you gonna know, man. In the I.S.U.P.K. underneath Commander General YAHANNA, man, we love one another, man. We love our people, man. That's what we do, man. And this is how you know that the I.S.U.P.K. underneath Commander General YAHANNA are the disciples of Christ, man. We are the ones that follow Christ because we love one another and we love our people. We don't rob our people or take advantage of our people. You know, we love our people and cherish our people. And like this pastor right here, like a lot of these pastors, we're not gonna make our people pile into a church knowing that it's a chance for them to get the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? Because we know, like, if the pastor right here, he wasn't teaching the truth, so he was already had his life in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? He was already taking a chance. And then when he said what he said about he wasn't afraid to die, the Most High took him out, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't mock the Most High. You can't play with the Most High like that, man. You can't do that at all. And that's what he did. And it's sad that this brother lost his life, but with him losing his life, maybe some of our people going to wake up and realize, what are we doing wrong? Are we being taught right? You know what I'm saying? Because people that might catch it, the people in the church, if they do catch it, I pray that they don't, but if they do catch it, they're going to realize how selfish that pastor really was and how he didn't love them. Because if he loved them, he would have followed those CDC guidelines and told people, stay at home. Don't take a risk of coming in this church and getting yourself sick. You know what I'm saying? He took the risk, and guess what happened? He got sick and he died. And it's a sad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants our people to die like this, man. It's bad, man, to have to die the way that he probably died. It's sad, but they don't understand. Because the Christian church is the house of lies, man, and the house of Satan. That's all they are. They're not teaching our people the truth. And these Christian churches ain't doing nothing but still continue to rob our people. You know what I'm saying? I wish I could find that article that I had where it was talking about how the black community is starting to go against these Christian churches because they're not there for their people since the coronavirus is hit. Like black, Latino, and Native American communities are starting to see that these churches don't give a damn about them. And the only thing they care about is their money, man. That's what our people are starting to realize and starting to see. You know what I'm saying? That's why we say, man, the coronavirus was sent from the Most High, man. It's another plague on this wicked land that we're in. It's another plague on this wicked nation that we're underneath captivity under. You know what I'm saying? This right here is for our oppressors. This is only one of the plagues. You know, it's going to be many more that's going to fall upon this place, man. You know, what we're looking at now is just the first one. But it's going to be many more that are going to fall on this place because a lot of our people are not going to change. A lot of our people are not going to have brotherhood and sisterhood for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like last night at 2 o'clock in the morning, it was sad, man. We rode by a gas station, and it was just, you know what I mean, sisters out there fighting, man. And it was horrible, man. It was very horrible to see, man. Hey, shalom, sis. Shalom, Yahweh, Shamar, Alathar, by Hashem, Yahweh, Shah, sis. You know what I'm saying? And it was very sad, man, to see these sisters fighting because ain't no telling what they fighting over, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is what happens, and this is the result of the Christian church not teaching our people this truth and not teaching our people how to be brothers and sisters towards each other. Even in the midst of this hell and this pandemic going on right now, our people still fighting each other like we're animals and still just trying to kill each other. You know, you still look on the news right now. They had in Chicago, they said over the weekend that so many people died. It was just like on another Easter massacre, man. And it was sad. It's very sad, man, to see so many of our people just kill each other and die. You know what I'm saying? Even going through all of these things, man. Very sad, man. Because these Christian churches are not teaching our people the truth. Not teaching our people how to be here for each other. But the I.S.U.P.K, man, we're going to rise. It's rising, man. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see that the I.S.U.P.K is the home of the truth. You know, more brothers and sisters are going to come into this school and learn how to be a brother to another brother. Learn how to be a sister to another sister. Because they're not going to have a choice. Because the Most High is going to do so much killing that you're going to fly into these churches, man. And he's going to kill so many of these Christian leaders, these fake leaders who's running over these churches, man, that y'all just going, people and brothers and sisters are just going to start to pile into these churches, man. You know what I'm saying? General YAHANNA has been teaching our brothers and sisters this since 1969, man, that, hey, these Christian churches have failed the black and Latino and Native American community, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read this again for you. This is John, chapter 13, verse 35. It says, By this shall all men know that ye, Salaki, I'm going to start at 34. This is John chapter 13, verse 34. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to be loving each other, man. Ain't no love in the streets right now, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't heard it so many times when people say, ain't no love in these cold streets, because it's not. Because the majority of us were raised in these Christian churches. A lot of us were drugged to these Christian churches by our grandmothers, by our grandfathers, by our mothers. You know what I'm saying? Drugged up in these churches and sit back and we studied these pastors. And we seen how these pastors were, man. We seen how these pastors only cared about themselves, man. We seen pastor living good and living deliciously, and we wanted a piece of it too. And we started, and when you being young, you start to figure, you start to figure out that, damn, you got to do like what pastor said. You got to care about yourself. You got to worry about yourself. And then you can get the nice things. Then you can get the big house. You know, never mind the brother or sister who's going through hell. You know, just focus on yourself. That's how you get ahead. And that's what the Christian churches has pushed amongst our people, man. Has pushed it on our people so heavy, man, that look at the black communities right now, man. Look at the black communities right now. Ain't no love in these communities, man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no love in the communities. Ain't no brotherhood in these communities. Ain't no sisterhood in these communities. Because if it was, we wouldn't be in the condition that we are in now. You know what I'm saying? Our pastors in these Christian churches have robbed our people for years for money and taught our people how to be selfish, taught our people how to sin against one another, taught our people how to sin against the Most High. And look at us now, man. Look at us now in 2020, man. Look at us now, man. Still dying in these churches, man. Still dying in these streets. And now the Most High has had to plague us with the coronavirus because we didn't want to listen. We didn't want to listen to them brothers on the street crying aloud, trying to wake our people up, trying to teach our people these laws, statutes, and commandments, trying to tell our people, hey, we need to do this and we don't need to do that, man. We need to stop sinning. We need to come back and serve the Most High. We need to have brotherhood and sisterhood for each other. The Christian churches didn't teach that, man. And guess what the Most High is doing now? He's removing these Christian pastors out of the seats of leadership. He's removing these Latino leaders that are in these Catholic churches out of their positions of leadership. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the same thing with these Native American communities. And guess who's going to rise up? The true priests and prophets of the Most High, man. The I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA. And that's what you're seeing right now. You're starting to see more of our brothers and sisters rise up, man. And we're going to be the ones that's going to take control of these neighborhoods. We're going to be the ones who's going to take authority. We're going to be the ones that's going to show our people the things they need to do to make themselves better and to help their brothers and sisters out. Because it's only going to get worse. And that's going to be the only thing that's going to help us is to survive in these last days. It's the brotherhood and sisterhood. That's what's going to help us to survive. Not trying to focus on yourself. Not trying to be selfish and just worry about yourself. That's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Because we obviously see that. That is never work. So like it. Let's see some plug this thing up right quick. Get a little juice. Plugged up. Keep us going, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's what these churches ain't doing, man. They're not teaching our people the things that we should be doing to help each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And you hear these Christian pastors all the time in the churches before the Most High shut them down. I love God. I love the Most High. You know what I'm saying? I love God so much that I'll do this and do that and do this. Man, your pastor don't give a damn about what the Most High says. Because if he did, we're going to show you what your Christian pastor could be doing, what he's supposed to be doing. You know what I mean? If he says that he loves God, if he says he loves God, Edward Jones, it's like Thomas, hey Thomas, who was Edward Jones? Let me know who that is. You know what I'm saying? This is the book, 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can get it, man. If y'all got some questions, man, just ask them, man, and I'll answer them for you. to my best, the best ability I can. So, you got any questions, ask, and we'll answer them also. But, right now, man, if you tuned in, go to the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. So we can show you what these pastors who say that they love God and, they're a firm believer of the Most High. We follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, man. I'm going to get it for you. This is the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. It says, if a man say, I love God, and that's what these Christian pastors have said. They have said for years that, hey, I love God. You know what I'm saying? I'm a diehard Christian. I love God. I keep all his laws, all his statutes, all his commandments. I do everything that I'm supposed to do because I love the Most High God. But this is what the Most High said. You know what I'm saying? 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, because that's what the Christian church does. They hate their brothers. They hate their sisters. They look down on their people. Man, I seen a video, man. It was a sister who came into the church. And you know how Christian pastors try to bring people down to the altar, say, bring your problems to the altar. And people come down there and then they want to speak about the sins that, the things that they're doing, what's happening to them. A sister who came in, you can obviously tell that she had been going through a lot. You could tell that she might have been dealing with drug addiction or, some type of alcoholism. Instead of them trying to help her, they let her get the microphone. And when she started to speak about it, she was like, hey, I'm so-and-so and I'm dealing with crack addiction and prostitution. They yanked the microphone right out of her hand, man. Yanked the microphone right out of her hand and told her to go sit down. And she was just looking like confused because she thought that the Christian church was a place that I could get help at. These my people, so I know they're going to help a sister like me. You know what I'm saying? But that sister found out the hard way, man. It was sad to see, man. It was a very hard video to watch because you can just see the hope that she did have just got yanked away. When he yanked the microphone away from her, he took that last little bit of hope that she might have had away, man. And they sent that sister out there worse than what she was before. I guarantee that sister, as soon as they told her to go sit down, she went back out in the streets and started smoking more drugs. That sister went back out in the streets and started to become more of a prostitute, man. Because the church let her down. Because they didn't show her true brotherhood or show sisterhood to her. You know what I'm saying? If that sister would have came to the I.S.U.P.K. underneath Commander General YAHANNA, brothers would have helped her, man. It would have been sisters that would have helped her. It would have been brothers and sisters that would have been there, would have helped her and showed her what she can do to help herself. And showing that, hey, listen, we here with you. You got to come into this truth. You got to do this. You got to do that. But not these Christian pastors, man. They don't give a damn about our people. Only thing pastor cares about is himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read it again from the top. This is 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. It says, if a man say, I love God and hateth his brother, he is a liar. Because that's what your Christian pastor was. That pastor that sent that sister back to her seat, he was a liar, man. Because I'm pretty sure he's up there. He says, I love God. I love the Most High, man. I love God. I keep these commandments, man. But guess what, man? He was a damn liar. Because instead of trying to help that sister when she came up there with her problems, he made her go sit down. He didn't want to hear her damn problems, man. He told her to go sit down. He looked at her like she was disgusting anyway, probably, man. Because that's what I got. When I seen him, how him and those uppity Negroes looked at that sister, man, it pissed me off, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Just talking about it still makes me mad because that sister really was crying out for help, man. And she came to people who she thought were her brothers and sisters, man. And they let her down, man. The Christian church let her down. Just like they don't let plenty of our people down, man. Don't let our people down for over, 80 years? Since these churches have got authority over the black community, they've been letting our people down, man. And the water to the Most High, man, for shutting these churches down, man. For allowing our people to have a chance to live. Having our people a chance to be able to be saved, man, from this coronavirus going on around here, man. You know what I'm saying? It horrible thing to watch, man. You know what I'm saying? And just like that article we just brought out, man. Just like that article we brought out about that pastor, man. About the pastor Gerald Glenn. You know what I'm saying? Sad the brother that passed away, but he didn't love his people, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't tell your people to run into a burning building if it's on fire. You know, hey, the building is on fire. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna tell your people to go in there. But guess what? Guess what Bishop General Glenn did? He told his people to come in that church, even though the CDC told him not to allow these people to come in these churches. They create social distance. You know what I'm saying? You know, to tell our people, you know what I'm saying? He still didn't even follow the guidelines and try to save people's life, man. Guess what he did, man? He allowed the church to get packed with people in it, man. And that's how you know that these churches don't love their people, man. Because any man that loves his people, he wouldn't have you going to these churches while the coronavirus is on the outbreak like it is. They would have been trying to teach people the truth according to the Bible, man. Trying to teach our people, hey, man, I ain't got the truth, but I know who got it. I'm going to send you where it's at. And that's what's going to happen. So many more of these pastors are going to die. It's going to get to the point where these pastors are just going to fail. These churches are going to fall, and guess what they're going to start doing? They're going to start telling people, hey, man, I ain't got the truth. You need to go to the I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA, man, because that's who has the answer for black people. That's the man who has the truth. You know what I'm saying? That's the brother who's teaching our people how to have brotherhood, how to raise up a nation. You know what I'm saying? And your churches had the chance. Churches don't have the chance, man, to be over the black, Latino, Native American community. You know, that's why the Most High right now is. That's why the Most High right now, man, is shutting these churches down. Because the only thing they've taught our people how to do is to be selfish toward each other instead of trying to take care of each other, man. That's why Pastor sit up there, man, he gets rich. Well, he was getting rich off our people. And the Most High is tired of it, man. The Most High is tired of it. So the Most High is going to get rid of these pastors and these fake leaders. He's going to get these poor brothers, man. He's going to get these poor brothers that's in the ghettos and who are on the bottom, who love their people, and he's going to put them on top. He's going to put us on top. You know what I'm saying? Azra, go back. Go back in there with that cup. Go back in there with the cup. You know what I'm saying? Go to, if anybody's tuning in, man, go to, brothers and sisters tuning in, go to James chapter 1, verse 9, man. Because the Most High is going to start dealing with these brothers who's in the ghettos. These brothers coming out of the prisons. You know what I'm saying? Where you think we come from, man? You think we come from these nice households? You think we weren't born in the ghetto? You don't think that we poor? You know what I'm saying? Because the Christian church failed us too before we came in this truth. You know what I'm saying? They failed us too. They let us down too. You know, I can't explain how many times I had to see my mother struggle, even though I know she's giving her money to this pastor every Sunday, paying tithes, donating money, thinking that it's going to help her to get out of the situation that we in. You know what I'm saying? I watched the pastor tell us that he loved his people. He loved the black, Latinos, and Native American people. He loved the community. You know what I'm saying? Then I watched this pastor take the collection plates around every Sunday and get it filled up. Get it filled up real good. You know what I'm saying? With maybe $1,200, $1,300, $1,500, $2,000, $3,000. You know what I'm saying? Watch these churches take that type of money, and instead of helping his people, guess what he did? Went out to eat with his family and sent the poor black people to the pantry to get the food that they had got from people donating food. That's what we had to go eat at. Pastor would take money and go out to eat with his family to some big old giant restaurant and get everything he wanted, probably eat all type of abomination, while the poor people in the church, we had to go to the back to the pantry, get the bread that he had in there that he got donated to him, get some of the old food that he had donated to him. Man, I'll never forget that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say, goddamn, these Christian churches, they deserve to be shut down, man. I'll never forget that, man. I'll never forget watching my mother's face, giving that church that money, and then have to turn right back around with the money that she gave the pastor, her last $150, $200 that she was supposed to feed her 6 children with, go to the back in the pantry and go get goddamn canned goods and bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I say, man, hey, I don't wish no death on anybody, but I understand, man. I understand what's going on thanks to this truth, man. Thanks to the Most High, man, putting us in the I.S.U.P.K. underneath Commander General YAHANNA. I understand now, man. You know what I'm saying? I understand what he's doing. You know, we don't take delight at seeing our people die, but I understand what he's doing when it comes to these Christian pastors. Because the only thing they taught us how to do is to be selfish. Because me watching him do that to us, I start doing the same thing. I start feeling like, man, I ain't even gonna worry about nobody else. I gotta worry about me, and me. That's the only thing I had learned when I went to the Christian church, was how to be selfish towards my people and not to give a damn about nobody else suffering, man. That's what I learned from the Christian church. I didn't learn anything else. You know, I watched plenty of pastors rob the congregation. And when I got to a certain age, I started to understand. Like, man, these people ain't doing nothing but pimping our people, man. And that's the only thing these pastors was doing, man. Pimping our people out of everything that they had. Taking their money. Taking advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? Horrible, man. So guess what the Most High had to do? He had to remove these Christian pastors for their seat. He had to kill these Christian pastors, man. So guess who could come into authority and be over our people? The poor brothers in the ghettos, man. The poor brothers in the barrios. The poor brothers that's in the reservations. The brothers and sisters that's in the jail cell, man. He's going to raise us up. Like I.S.U.P.K said, Israel needs salvation. Put back on top. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Most High is doing right now. General YAHANNA had been prophesied this, that these Christian churches was going to fail, and that these poor brothers and sisters in the ghettos and these jail cells living through hell, struggling, they're going to be the ones that's going to rule over us, man. They're going to be the ones who's going to step up and take the real authority over our people, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you tuned in, man, like I said, man, go to James chapter 1. What it is? James chapter 1 verse 9, man. You know what I'm saying? This is more proof showing you that the Most High is only going to start dealing with these brothers that's in the ghettos, man. The brothers who don't experience these hard things. The poor brothers, the poor sisters. He's going to start to rise us up, man. And this is James chapter 1 verse 9. It says, let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. Because that's what we're going to start. That's what we're seeing right now. We're starting to see the brothers of a low degree who's at the bottom, man. The brothers who's struggling, who's living in the ghettos with the rats and the roaches. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to rejoice because they're going to be exalted. You know, so we're going to be the people that's going to be lifted up over these communities. We're going to be the people that's going to take authority, and we're going to make sure our people are okay. And we're not going to rob our people like the Christian church has done for over, 80 years, 60 years? You know what I'm saying? We're not going to do what the church does, man. We're not going to take money from the people and then spend it on ourselves. We're not going to take the money and go out there and go out to eat when we know that our people are struggling. You know what I'm saying? Because we have good leaders, man. We got great leaders, man, here in the I.S.U.P.K, man. General YAHANNA, General Muhammad, man. General Ma'at, man. We got great leaders, man, who are teaching us, man, what we should be doing to be over our people, man. What we're supposed to be doing to show real brotherhood and real sisterhood. You know what I'm saying? We got great leaders showing us that, man. And that's why the scripture says, man, in the book of James chapter 1 verse 9. The book of James chapter 1 verse 9, it says, let the brother of low degree rejoice. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. Because now we finna start being exalted. Because we know how to take control. We know how to rule over our people, man. We know what our people need, man. Because we coming from the same place, man. Because we care about our people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you're starting to see what's happening in the earth, man. The men that are on the bottom in these ghettos, man, in these jails, are starting to find this truth, which is in the I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA. And now these brothers are going to be the leaders over the black, Latino, and Native American community, man. That's what's going to happen, man. And guess what's going to happen? Damn right, because the I.S.U.P.K, the only real leadership on the earth, man. You know what I'm saying? So these brothers at a low degree, we're going to start being exalted, man. Because people are going to know that, hey, these brothers care about their people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be in this I.S.U.P.K to witnesses. To witness what, you know, people say about this truth, man. You know, we don't see brothers and sisters tell us, man, that, hey, man, y'all really care about the community. Because General Hunter sending us out on the street to give food back to our people, to help our people when they need. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's doing. He's teaching us how to be leaders. We're doing what the Christian church has supposed to have been doing, man. You know what I'm saying? And guess what's going to start happening to these rich leaders? You know, these pastors who've been getting rich for years, man, who's been stuffing their pockets with money from our people. Guess what's going to happen to them? This is verse 10. This is James chapter 1, verse 10. It says, but the rich, and that he is made low. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to start happening to these rich leaders, man. They're going to be made real low. You know what I'm saying? You're going to start seeing more churches shut down. You're going to start seeing the walls being boarded up. You're going to see more pastors leading, man, or dying, man, because the Most High is going to get those rich pastors who are in a high position, and he's going to bring them very low, man. He's going to put them in the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? He's going to make them be so poor that then they're going to start to realize that they failed their people, man, that they failed the Black, Latino, and Native American community. That's what you're going to start to see more of, man. You're going to start to see more churches fall, and they're going to fall hard. You're going to start seeing more pastors become poor, become vagabonds, become begging. Like, don't be surprised one day when you see Creflo Dollar, you know what I mean, out there begging for a piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High is going to take him out of authority, man. He's going to make him very low. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to read it again. I'm going to start at the top for you. This is James chapter 1, verse 9. It says, let the brother... It says, let the brother of a low degree rejoice in that he is exalted, but the rich in that he is made low. You know what I'm saying? It says also, because as the flower of the grass, he should pass away. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happened to Bishop Gerald Glenn. He passed away, man. The Most High is going to remove these Christian leaders out of the way. He's going to get them out of that position. So like, that's what you're going to see more of, man. You're going to see more and more of these pastors pass away, man. You're going to see these rich pastors become very low, and then you're going to see them pass away, man. Watch, man. You're going to see more of it happen, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to be the work of the Most High, man. It's going to be the Most High who's doing it. That's who's going to be the one that's doing it. You're going to see more of these pastors die, man. You're going to see more pastors die, man. You're going to see pastors become poor, and they're going to die because they don't love these people. They don't love their people, man. These black Christian pastors and these Latino Christian pastors and these Native American Christian pastors, man. You're going to start seeing more and more of them get poor and die and pass away, man. You know what I'm saying? This is out of the scriptures, man. You know what I'm saying? We don't just make this up, man. This is the Most High who's doing this, man. Like, when you start seeing more of these pastors die, man, it's the Most High who's doing it. Because this is prophecy, man. You know what I'm saying? These pastors who've been rich for years, living in these houses, man. Have you seen? Has anybody seen Creflo Dollar's house? Has anybody seen Creflo Dollar's house, man? Like, man, when you get a time and chance, man, Google Creflo Dollar's house, man. Google his house, man. This man is living, man, it's horrible, man. It's horrible to see how he's living while his people are living, like, in horrible conditions, man. Like, he sits up there, he's rich, private jets, big house, land. You know what I'm saying? His people struggling. He don't give a damn. Shalom, brother Christ, Oh, come, sir. I was too wild by the one. I was just letting you know I was running a little bit the class. But everything's too wild now, sir. Come, sir. I'm in the class right now teaching another one. Shalom, brother Christ, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's a great leader right there, man. Officer and priest, not designer, man. Another great leader, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what General YAHANNA is doing, man. He's raising great leaders, man, who's going to be over the Black, Latino, and Native American community. That's what he's doing, man. He's raising great leaders, man. You know what I'm saying? Like your Christian church, they ain't raising nothing, man. That's why the only thing you see come out of these churches is nothing but evil and wickedness, man. That's the only thing you seeing out of them, man. I'm gonna read this again. It says, this is James chapter 1, verse 9. Let the brother of low degree rejoice in that he is exalted. Verse 10. But the rich, that he is made low, and because as the flower of the grass, he shall pass away. That's what's going to happen. That's what's happening right now, man. That's what you're seeing, what's going on in these churches, man. You're starting to see more and more of these pastors become poor, and they're starting to pass away, man. That's what you're seeing right now. And it is the work of the Most High. You're going to see more of it happen. Like, man, if anybody, and hey, like I said, when you get out of class, man, Google how many Christian pastors have died from the coronavirus. Google how many of these churches are suffering because they're starting to become poor. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High is not allowing people to come to these churches. Their money is starting to look funny, like how people say, got that funny money. You know what I'm saying? It ain't adding up right. You know what I'm saying? It's not adding up right at all. You know what I'm saying? Because these pastors are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? If you can, go to Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. Because this is what we're supposed to be doing, man. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And it says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. That's what we're supposed to be doing, man. We're supposed to be coming out of America. Not as a sense of leaving America and going to Africa, but we're not supposed to be keeping these traditions that America has, man. Like Sunday, people tried to celebrate Easter, and the Most High sent tornadoes, man. The Most High sent tornadoes. It was a church. It was a church in, where was that church at? Alabama. Got struck by lightning, man. The Most High is showing you that he is not with these churches, man. Like, our people are supposed to come out of America, man. Not supposed to be partakers of her sin. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get affected by these plagues. But that's what's going on right now. You know, people don't want to come out of these churches. They want to continue to follow pastor. They want to continue to do all type of wickedness and crimes and evil and everything. And guess what the Most High did? Guess what he's doing, man? He's allowing these plagues to affect our people, man. Because it's biblical prophecy, man. If you don't want to come out of America, guess what? You're going to partake of America's sins, and he's going to plague you. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, you got people coming up, what's that, 420, which is what is that? 6 days from now, where everybody, well, not everybody, where brothers and sisters decide to smoke all the weed that they can. You know what I'm saying? Want to smoke all the weed that they can. And guess what's going to happen, man? They're going to partake in America's sins, and they're going to receive the plagues, man. That's what's going to happen. And it's bad, man. It's sad to see, but that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go over a little bit because we started the class a little late. We're going to go over a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So just, y'all just tune in with me, man. Because I'm going to pull some more stories for you. I'm going to pull some more stories of these Christian pastors out here, man. It's a lot, yeah, and my phone. All right, ooh-wee. All right, this is another article that I found, man. I told you once about how that Bishop Gerald Glenn had died, but this is another one. This is from the Christian Post, and it starts off by saying, coronavirus claims 3 more pastors. One may have exposed hundreds to disease at funeral. Good night. You know what I'm saying? Good night. All right, I'm gonna start out reading this article. It says, at least 3 more pastors have lost their lives to the new coronavirus in just over 1 week, leaving more churches across the nation mourning in the fallout of the pandemic. Bishop Timothy Titus Scott, Sr., 88, of St. James Temple Church of God in Christ in Clarksdale, Mississippi. Pastor Alvin Charles McElroy, 79, of Friendship Baptist Church in Riverhead, New York, and Father Giochini Basil, 60, at priest of the Archdiocese of Newark, who had been leading St. Gabriel in the church in East Elmhurst, New York City. All died as the result of the coronavirus. Y'all don't want to believe that the Most High is working on these, man. Listen, man. That's why it says what it says, man, in Revelations chapter 18, verse 4, man. It says, and it's like it. Forgive me from the phone, but it says, and I've heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues. Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're seeing right now, man. We're seeing the Most High visiting America, man, for their sins that they have committed. And our people don't want to realize that, man. So our people still try to pile up in these churches, not knowing that these pastors and these leaders don't give a damn about our people, man. They're not sincere on the things that they do. They're not teaching our brothers and sisters true brotherhood and true sisterhood. So guess what the Most High is starting to do, man? He's starting to allow these plagues to attack these Christian leaders for not teaching our people how to love one another, man, how to be there for each other and how to help each other. And that's what you're starting to see now. So like it. I'm going to keep reading. It says, Scott, who died last Friday, had been a pastor of St. James Temple Church of God in Christ in Clarksdale, Mississippi since 1972, according to the city of Clarksdale's website. He also served as a prelate of the Northern Mississippi Ecclesiastical Jurisdiction of the Church of God in Christ, and prior to his death was the longest serving judicial prelate in the Church of God in Christ. Going to show you, man, that pastor probably made tons of money off our people, man. He been in there since 1972, man. And guess what? Ain't taught nobody nothing. Ain't taught our brothers and sisters nothing, man. Because if you go do some research on Clarksdale, Mississippi, ooh-wee, not a good place you want to be, man. It's a lot of killing that goes on down there, too, amongst our people, man. Because these churches have failed our communities, man. They have failed the Black, Latino, and Native American community, man. That's what they have done. So guess what you're starting to see now? You're starting to see more pastors drop dead, man. You're going to see more of them to die, man. Just like it said in James chapter 1, verse 10. It says, but the rich that he is made low. You know what I'm saying? You're starting to see these pastors get very low. And you're starting to see a lot of these churches closing, man. And it also says in that, man, it says, because as of the flowers of the grass, he shall pass away. So don't be surprised when you start seeing more of these Christian pastors die, man. Pass away and just die horrible deaths, man. Because the Most High is not with these pastors. Because these pastors are not teaching our brothers and sisters how to love each other, man. They're not teaching our people how to be there for each other. Only thing these pastors are doing is teaching our people is how to be selfish, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep reading. And it says, Bishop T.T. Scott is an icon on fatherly leadership, humble servitude, and unwavering faith. Okay. Bishop Robert G. Rudolph Jr., Adjutant General in the Church of God in Christ Incorporated, wrote in a statement on Scott's passing, both Scott and his wife tested positive for the virus after attending a funeral on March 7. WREG-TV reported. One of the attendees at the funeral from the New Orleans had tested positive for the virus. Prior to his diagnosis, Scott may have also unknowingly exposed about 300 people to the virus at the funeral held at his church on March 14, WREG-TV said. Due to restrictions on gatherings due to the ongoing pandemic, COGIC said they will wait until after the restrictions have been lifted to celebrate Scott's life. Like we said before, man, these pastors don't give a damn about you, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, your pastor doesn't care about you, man. Just like it says in the book of 1 John chapter 4, verse 20. It says, if any man say I love God and hate of his brother, he is a liar. Because plenty of these pastors, these three pastors right here, I'm pretty sure they all, every Sunday was up there. I love God, I love God, I love God, I do whatever God tells me to do. But really, they don't even love their own people. They don't love their brothers and sisters. Because guess what he did, man? Even though he knew the coronavirus was killing people, he still allowed over 300 people to come into his church, man, knowing that he could expose people to this coronavirus. So with him doing that, guess what the Most High did? He stepped in and allowed this brother to pass away, man. Allowed this brother to pass away. And like we keep telling you, man, it's only going to get worse, man. It's only going to get worse until you come into this truth, man. Until you come into I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA, man. It's only going to get worse, man. You know what I'm saying? How many more of our people got to die for us to wake up and realize that we're doing something wrong? You know, something's not right. You know, what are we doing? You know, where can we learn that we're doing something wrong? And if you want to learn, man, it's right here, man. It's in the I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA, man. We're going to teach our people what we're doing wrong, man. We're going to teach brothers and sisters how to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, and how to show real brotherhood and how to show real sisterhood to each other, man. Because since I've been in the I.S.U.P.K, man, I have seen the brotherhood and the sisterhood, man. And it's a glorious thing to see. So, man, like I said, man, these Christian pastors, man, it's only going to get worse for them, man. It's not going to be any better, man. It's only going to get worse. Things are going to get bad. More pastors are going to die. People piling in them churches, they going to die at a horrible rate, man. And it's a sad thing to see. But sometimes it takes things like this for it to happen, for our people to wake up and realize that, hey, we're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the I.S.U.P.K has been trying to warn our people since 1969, because we knew that this was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So we tried to wake our people up because we love them. You know what I'm saying? Because we care about our people. We don't want to see our people dying from the coronavirus. We don't want to see our people dying from police brutality. We don't want to see our people dying from drug overdoses. But some of our people won't listen, and then the Most High has to step in. And when he steps in, hey, you see what's going on right now, man. You know what I'm saying? You see what happens when children don't listen to their father. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to keep reading a little more. It says, during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, resulting in local and state restrictions on public gatherings to achieve social distancing, the Terry family will hold a private memorial service for the valiant soldier of the gospel. When the restrictions are lifted, a date will be set for a judicial memorial service that will appropriately recognize the godly life and the notable achievements of Bishop Timothy Titus Scott Sr., Rudolph wrote. During this time of uncertainty, we request that the continued prayers as well as acts of emotional and spiritual support for the family. It is with great honor that the National Agency will assist the Scott family in the Northern Mississippi ecclesiastical jurisdiction during the most difficult time. And it says, Friendship Baptist Church member Bunny Cunning told the Riverhead News Review that Pastor Elroy, who died at the Pentaconnet Bay Medical Center on March 26th after contracting the coronavirus, was a leader who practiced what he preached. Hey, man, I'm just saying, man, like, he wasn't practicing what he preached, man, because if he was showing brotherhood and sisterhood, man, he would have told his people, man, this is not the time for us to be gathering together. Now he don't take a chance with putting all the people's life in jeopardy. Now you got over 300 people that might be affected in their church. Just like Gerald Glenn with his church. He took a chance with putting 150 people in jeopardy of catching the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? So the Most High is holding these pastors accountable for their actions. So with them not showing true brotherhood and sisterhood towards these people, guess what he did to them, man? He removed them out the way. That's what he did, man. That's what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm going to bring out a couple more before I wrap up these scriptures, man, before I wrap up this class, man, because, you know, we are over time. You know, we started a little late. We are over time, but, man, I'm going to still bring out a little more, man, for y'all, so y'all can wake up and just realize what's going on out here, man. So our people can be aware what's going on out here and what's happening. And that this coronavirus was not by mistake, man. It was the Most High allowed this coronavirus to hit because these Christian pastors who are leaders over the black communities, who are leaders over the Native American communities, who are leaders over the Latino communities, are not teaching our people how to have brotherhood and how to have sisterhood towards each other. You know what I'm saying? They taught our people how to hate each other, and look now. Look what's going on right now, man. Look what's happening right now. The Most High has closed these churches down, and he's allowing these Christian pastors to pass away, man. Everything that's going on right now, man, is scriptures, man. This is prophecy, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, man, if you're tuning in, man, I recommend every brother and sister, man, get into the I.S.U.P.K underneath Commander General YAHANNA, man, and learn this truth, man. Learn what you can do to help your people out. Learn how much you are really needed, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very sad that you got to see so many of our people die, but this is the result of that, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the result of it. Like I said, man, you had Pastor, you had Bishop Gerald Glenn had 185 people attend his church during the service when he was told that, hey, you should follow by CDC guidelines, and he didn't. And he had the audacity to say out of his mouth that he was not afraid to die. And the Most High heard it, man. Like, the Most High is not playing, man. He is really visiting our people, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture said, he's going to start with us first, man. He's going to deal with us first, man. You know what I'm saying? And if anybody's wise, man, if anybody thinks they're wise, if you're wise, these are things that you can do. Like Proverbs 9 and 10 says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. So if you want to get any type of wisdom, fear the Most High, man. Fear him and learn what you're supposed to be doing for our people, man. Learn what you're supposed to be doing, man. And with that, man, we're going to get ready to close out this class, man. I'm going to go over some announcements for you. You know what I'm saying? This is the security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers chapter 18, verse 21. Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means tenth. Masharah means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% out of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give it to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, which is not mandatory. Free will offering for priests, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations, which is the Passover, which is, you know what I mean, which has been put on pause until other further notice. And it says, remind Akim and Akwaf to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, and a headband or a scarf. With that, shalom.